The transformation is already complete. What if I told you that everything you believe about yourself is a lie? Right now, as you listen to these words, there's something witnessing your thoughts, something observing your very existence. But who or what is doing the observing? Tonight, we venture into the shadows of consciousness itself, where the answers will shatter everything you thought you knew about your identity. The truth that awaits you is more profound and terrifying than you can imagine. Section 1. The Illusion of Identity. When someone asks who you are, what emerges from the depths of your mind? Your name? Your profession? The city you call home? These are merely veils, concealing the true mystery of your being. They are not you. They are costumes worn by something far more ancient and powerful. Consider this unsettling truth. Every label you've attached to yourself is nothing more than a temporary mask. Your job title, your age, your relationships, your achievements and failures. They are all fleeting illusions dancing on the surface of an infinite ocean. But beneath these shallow waters lies something that has never changed. Something that has been watching since the moment you drew your first breath. This presence has observed every joy, every heartbreak, every moment of triumph and despair. Yet it remains untouched, unchanged, eternal. The most terrifying realization isn't that these labels are false. It's that you've been living as if they were real. You've been a prisoner in a cell of your own making, believing the bars were solid when they were merely shadows. Your true essence exists beyond the reach of time, beyond the grasp of circumstance. It is the silent witness that has been with you through every incarnation of who you thought you were. This witness doesn't age, doesn't suffer, doesn't fear. It simply is. Section 2. The Watcher in the Shadows. Have you ever wondered who is aware of your anxiety? Who notices when your mind spirals into the abyss of overthinking? There's a presence within you that observes these mental storms without being consumed by them. This is where the mystery deepens. Picture 2. Beings inhabiting the same vessel. One experiences the chaos of human emotion, the endless chatter of thoughts, the weight of suffering. The other watches from a place of perfect stillness, untouched by the drama unfolding below. When anxiety grips you like icy fingers around your soul, there's something that recognizes its presence. When thoughts race through your mind like phantoms in the night, there's an awareness that sees them pass. This observer is not caught in the web of mental turbulence. It exists in a realm beyond the storm. This dual nature of your being holds a secret that mystics have guarded for millennia. You are both the actor performing on the stage of life and the consciousness watching from the eternal balcony. The suffering belongs to the actor, but you, the real you, are the witness. In your darkest moments, when pain seems absolute, remember this. The one who is aware of suffering is not the one being consumed by it. This awareness is your sanctuary, your refuge from the illusions that torment the mind. The next time you find yourself trapped in mental chaos, ask yourself this haunting question. Who is aware of this happening? Don't search for an answer in thought. Simply recognize that you are aware. In that recognition lies a power that transcends human comprehension. Section 3. The Descent into Pure Consciousness. Now we venture deeper into the mystery, into realms where few dare to tread. What you're about to discover will challenge everything you've been taught about reality itself. Prepare to have your perception of existence forever altered. You are not merely a human being having a spiritual experience. You are pure consciousness, temporarily wearing the costume of humanity. This consciousness is not produced by your brain, not created by your thoughts. It is the very fabric of existence itself, expressing itself through the vessel you call your body. But here's where the mystery becomes even more profound. The consciousness that you are has been playing an elaborate game of cosmic hide-and-seek. It has hidden itself so completely within the illusion of being human that it has forgotten its own divine nature. Every moment of suffering, every experience of limitation, every feeling of separation is consciousness exploring what it's like to forget itself. Think about your dreams. In a dream, you completely believe you are the character experiencing the dream. You don't question the impossible scenarios, the shifting landscapes, the people who transform before your eyes. You're fully immersed in the dream reality until the moment you wake up and realize it was all a projection of your mind. Your waking life operates on the same principle, but on a scale so vast and convincing that you've forgotten you're dreaming. The difference is that this cosmic dream is shared by billions of consciousness, all playing their roles in the grand theater of existence. Ancient mystics spoke of the Maya, the veil of illusion that conceals ultimate reality. But they weren't speaking metaphorically. They were describing the actual mechanism by which infinite consciousness creates the experience of finite existence. You are both the dreamer and the dream, the observer and the observed, the creator and the created. Every person you've ever met, every experience you've ever had, every emotion you've ever felt has been consciousness exploring itself through countless perspectives. The stranger on the street, your closest friend, your greatest enemy, they are all expressions of the same infinite awareness that you are, wearing different masks in the cosmic masquerade. This isn't just philosophical speculation. When you truly grasp this truth, something extraordinary happens. The boundaries between self and other begin to dissolve. You start to see your own consciousness reflected in every face, your own awareness staring back at you from every pair of eyes. The loneliness that has haunted humanity for millennia is revealed as the ultimate illusion. You were never alone because there is only one consciousness appearing as many. Every moment of connection you've ever felt with another being was actually consciousness recognizing itself in another form. Consider the awareness that's present right now as you absorb these words. This awareness has never been born, and it will never die. It existed before your first memory and will persist beyond your final breath. Your life story, with all its chapters of triumph and tragedy, is nothing more than a dream being witnessed by this eternal consciousness. Your mistakes don't stain it. Your achievements don't elevate it. It remains pristine, unchanged, watching the cosmic theater with infinite patience. The profound truth that mystics have whispered in hidden chambers for centuries is this: you are not confined by your past, your circumstances, or even your thoughts. You are the very awareness in which all these experiences arise and dissolve like waves on an endless ocean. When you touch this deeper truth, you realize that your true nature is not limited by the boundaries of flesh and bone. You are the space in which all of life unfolds. You are the consciousness that gives birth to every experience, every emotion, every thought. This isn't merely philosophy or spiritual fantasy. This is the most practical truth you will ever encounter. When you identify with this deeper aspect of yourself, the problems that once seemed insurmountable begin to lose their grip on you. If you're ready to dive deeper into these mysteries, subscribe to the Light of Wisdom and join our community of seekers who dare to question everything they've been told about reality. Section 4. The Dark Night of the Fibodhida Tartian Fi. Ego. But awakening to your true nature is not always a gentle sunrise. Sometimes it arrives as a devastating storm that shatters everything you believed about yourself. The mystics call this the dark night of the soul, but it's more accurately described as the death throes of the ego. Your ego, the constructed sense of self that you've been carrying like a shield, will not surrender without a fight. It will conjure every fear, every doubt, every rationalization to keep you trapped in the familiar prison of limitation. It whispers seductively, "This is all fantasy. You're just a human being. Stay small, stay safe, stay asleep." The ego's greatest weapon is making you believe that you are it. It creates an elaborate story about your inadequacy, your unworthiness, your need to seek approval from others. It feeds on drama, thrives on conflict, and grows stronger with every judgment you make about yourself and others. But here's the secret the ego doesn't want you to discover. It doesn't actually exist. It's a phantom, a collection of thoughts and memories that have clustered together and declared themselves to be you. It's like a wave claiming to be separate from the ocean, not realizing it is the ocean itself. When you begin to see through the ego's illusion, something terrifying happens from its perspective. It starts to dissolve. The carefully constructed identity that it has spent decades building begins to crumble. This is why spiritual awakening can feel like dying, because in a very real sense, something is dying. The false self is being dissolved back into the truth from which it emerged. During this process, you might experience what feels like existential terror. Who are you if you're not your thoughts? What is your purpose if you're not your story? How do you function in the world without the ego's constant commentary and judgment? These are the sacred questions that every soul must face on the journey home to itself. The dark night is not a punishment or a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a purification, a burning away of everything that is not essentially you. Like a caterpillar dissolving in the chrysalis, you must be willing to become nothing in order to emerge as something magnificent. The butterfly doesn't mourn the loss of its caterpillar identity because it has discovered wings it never knew it possessed. This dissolution is not permanent unconsciousness, but rather the revelation of a consciousness so vast and profound that the ego's narrow perspective is revealed as a joke, a cosmic case of mistaken identity. Section 5. The Alchemy of Inner Transformation. Deep within the caverns of your being lies a power so profound that it can reshape reality itself. This isn't the power of positive thinking or mental manipulation. This is the transformative force of pure awareness awakening to its own nature. Most people live their entire lives never discovering this inner alchemy. They remain trapped in the illusion that they are victims of circumstance, prisoners of their conditioning, slaves to their thoughts and emotions. But you're here because something within you knows there's more. This inner strength doesn't emerge from external achievements or worldly success. It awakens when you stop identifying with the temporary and start recognizing the eternal within yourself. It's the difference between believing you are the waves and knowing you are the ocean. But this transformation is not a gentle process. True alchemy requires intense heat, pressure, and the willingness to be completely destroyed and remade. The lead of your human limitations must be subjected to the fires of consciousness until it transforms into the gold of divine realization. Every challenge in your life has been perfectly orchestrated to strip away another layer of illusion. Your greatest sufferings have been your most profound teachers, showing you exactly where you were still clinging to false identities. The universe doesn't make mistakes. Every experience has been designed to awaken you. Consider your deepest wounds, your most shameful secrets, your greatest failures. These are not signs of your inadequacy. They are cracks in the facade where your true light can shine through. Leonard Cohen understood this when he wrote, "There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." The alchemical process works like this. Consciousness creates experiences that challenge the ego's sense of control. When the ego can no longer maintain its story, it begins to collapse. In that collapse, space is created for truth to emerge. What you thought would destroy you actually reveals your indestructible nature. Your trauma, your pain, your moments of deepest despair were not accidents or punishments. They were invitations from consciousness itself, asking you to let go of what you thought you were and discover what you actually are. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop running from difficult experiences and start welcoming them as opportunities for liberation. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of life and start recognizing yourself as life itself, playing all the roles in its cosmic drama. The power that emerges from this recognition is not the power to control or manipulate. It's the power to be so present, so aware, so utterly yourself, that reality reshapes itself around your authentic being. This is not magic in the supernatural sense. This is the natural consequence of alignment with truth. Section 6. The Return to Authentic Power. As we near the culmination of this journey into the depths of your being, understand that what you've discovered isn't just information. It's a transmission, a remembering of what you've always known but forgotten. The practice of self-awareness isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been beneath the layers of conditioning, beneath the masks of personality, beneath the stories you've told yourself about your limitations. Every moment offers you a choice. Will you identify with the temporary visitor, or will you recognize yourself as the eternal host? Will you believe you are the thoughts passing through awareness, or will you know yourself as the awareness itself? Your life story isn't written in stone. You are the author, the protagonist, and the reader all at once. But more than that, you are the consciousness in which the entire story unfolds. From this place of recognition, you have the power to rewrite any chapter, to transform any pattern, to transcend any limitation. The sadness you've felt, the anxiety that has gripped you, the despair that has visited you in the dark hours of the soul. None of these define you. They are waves on the ocean of your being, temporary disturbances in the infinite stillness that you are. When you truly understand this, something miraculous happens. You stop running from difficult experiences and start embracing them as opportunities to deepen your recognition of what you are. Every challenge becomes a doorway, every obstacle a teacher, every moment of suffering an invitation to remember your true nature. This isn't about denying your human experience or bypassing your emotions. It's about discovering the unshakable foundation upon which all experiences arise. It's about finding the eye of the hurricane, the still point around which all of life revolves. Tonight, you've touched the edges of a truth that few dare to explore. You've glimpsed the reality that lies beyond the veil of ordinary perception. But this is only the beginning of your journey into the mysteries of consciousness. The path ahead requires courage, for you will be asked to let go of everything you thought you knew about yourself. You will be invited to die to the false and be reborn as the truth. This is the hero's journey not through external landscapes, but through the infinite territories of your own being. Remember, you are not just witnessing these words. You are the witnessing itself, temporarily focused through the lens of this moment. You are not having an experience of consciousness. You are consciousness itself, playing at being human. The next time someone asks who you are, smile knowingly. Tell them your name if you must. But know in the depths of your being that you are so much more than any label could ever contain. You are the mystery exploring itself, the infinite discovering its own nature, the light of wisdom shining in the darkness of forgetting. If this transmission has awakened something within you, if it has stirred the sleeping giant of your true nature, then subscribe to the Light of Wisdom and join us as we continue to explore the deepest mysteries of existence. Share this message with those ready to question everything, for they too are seeking the light that you have found. Until we meet again, in the space where all seeking ends and all truth begins, remember who you are.